kind of irregular streaming this week. Yesterday, we had some issues. My wife and I had to take care of the baby a little bit more than usual, but that's okay. So today, we're just doing a little bit more disco. I'm gonna wait for some people to show up before I actually start playing, but we're gonna continue at least. Oh my goodness. I'll take a look at what I want to do, maybe. Strategize a little bit. Oh my god. There's just so much stuff to do. Embarrassment to the party. Okay. Yo! What's up, Cheyenne? I'm glad to hear it. I love to see you here. I'm playing this wonderful game. I wanna figure out what I wanna do. I might level up something else next. Yay! Thank you. I'm glad to hear it. The PC's a lot better for streaming than my Mac was. Or than my PlayStation 5 was. I still need to call the Elgato people again, because they never sent me the troubleshooting zip file they were supposed to. I'm wondering if maybe perception should be the next thing. I don't know. I know that savoir-faire is supposed to be something helpful, but it makes me go -2 for my item bonus. Yeah. It's rough. I mean, the PC is very cool, though. I've been having a lot of fun with it. And I also just bought Persona 5 Golden on the PC on Steam, so I might be doing that at some point, too. Persona 4 Golden. Because I haven't played Persona 4 since, like, 2015, 16. And I haven't played Golden ever, because I didn't own a Vita. So, I really do want to play it and see what they added. Alright. Let's see what's going on. Let's see what's happening. What was I even doing? Let's see if we can... Oh, I already talked to this lady. Oh yeah, let's talk to Gart. Because we can tell him that Sylvie likes him. Let's see what he has to say. It's so enticing. Yeah, I really do want to play Golden. I'm sure you could run it on your Mac, but you might want to wait for...
Can I help you?
Oh, I love FES. I want them to release that on Steam. I would cry if they released FES. Or if they made like a comprehensive combined version of P3P and FES. That would be very cool. I talked to Sylvie. She left because of me, not you.
Wait, what? But what about the bird?
The bird?
Yes, the bird. I found it lying on the floor with a broken wing the morning she left.
She didn't break it. I did. I threw it against the wall.
You broke the skewer!
His face is flushed with emotions. A rash covers his neck.
I assure you it was him.
Why on earth did you have to break the skewer?
Maybe I had a vendetta against it. I just break things. It's the way I am.
I can't believe it. I was so sure it was Sylvie. Even worse, I thought she was trying to send me a message. Symbol of hope and all.
A tender type of hope. Something stirs in you. Perhaps this is why you broke it.
All right. Did she say anything else about me, you know? Did she say anything about me?
She said she was flattered. It was bad timing.
Really? I should give her a call then.
The man doesn't know what to say. He wipes his brow and stares at the counter.
Thanks, I guess. Was there anything else you wanted, or...?
Let's see. Gart, I saw another thing at the
Another
whirling.
thing. Great. I love those.
I saw a sign that said the mess hall is reserved for the Union.
Yes, not the whole damn union.
Oh, wait, I think I already talked
They
about
come
this.
here in the evenings. Dumb.
We should find out who this Lord faction is, occupying the booth. Loudness means talkative, and we need info.
How do we
don't.
find them?
We have to wait. There's
Okay,
You glance at the clock on the wall behind the manager. Huh.
The sign said reserved starting 16. Why isn't anyone in the mess hall?
good question.
They're probably getting drunk or protesting something somewhere. Or laying low after the, lynching.
Why's that?
They probably fucking killed that guy or something, and that's why.
I have a feeling we'll make their acquaintance sooner or later.
There's something else I want to
Yes.
ask about. Goodbye! How fun. Who's this gentleman? He's new. You spend money to make money. Money's all that really matters. Say money can't buy you happiness. That means you don't have enough money. You have to invest your money wisely. You can buy stocks with money, and then use those stocks to make even more money. That way you'll have enough when you grow too old to make money. Real estate is the graveyard where tired old money goes to rest. Money is what literally makes the world turn. Laws of money are just like the laws of nature. Unpaid labor doesn't net you any money. There's no such thing as free money. Money's all about numbers. Money is actually all about trust. It's all about money, you know? You gotta spend money to make money. How fun. Summer door closed for the winter. Excellent. Here we go. Well, alright. Okay. I'm very tempted to save Scum and just try to get my coat. Okay, we helped out Sylvie. Oh wait, what's in here? Get hold of a sad song on tape. Yeah. Okay. Let's see if we can get the gun. Let's see if we're lucky enough. Probably not. Oh, I do want to work on my empathy too. So I can talk to Kuno. So many things I want to do in this game. Oh, and I gotta check out the haunted shop. Haunted gym behind the shop. There's just so many cool things I can do. Okay. Let's see if we can save Scum this. Because I want my coat and gun real bad. I feel like they're in there.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
Yeah, that's pretty low chances. I don't think it's gonna work. Alright, let's see.
A tarpaulin cloak is still
Oh,
caught
why?
on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
Failure! Oh, I'm gonna die.
Nope, no. That's still too high. What were you thinking? You're not a gymnast. You're a boxer. And you've climbed way too high up there. You could have died there. Shit, 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 shit. I'm failing you. This wasn't part of our deal.
Hey, what happened?
I'm alright, Kim. I just can't do it
I
all right
understand.
now.
We can always come back when you are feeling...
Let's try that again. I really want to try it. Okay. I don't think it's gonna work. I think the chance is way too low. I'll try it a couple more times, see if it works. But yeah, I don't think we're gonna make that one.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
Nope. Yeah, not gonna happen. Oh god. This is too embarrassing.
Nope. No.
Alright, let's try one more time. Come on. I just want to do it. I don't think it's gonna work. It's like a very, very low chance. 8% is very low. Okay, let's see.
A tarpaulin cloak
One
is
more
still
time.
caught on the railing.
Okay.
No one
Nope,
has
not
claimed
worth
it
it.
for their own.
Not worth it. Skip it. Okay. Sorry, bud. We're just not cool enough yet. Okay. I'm so tempted to do savoir-faire, but maybe there's something else that can raise it. Cause I wanna get a little better at that. Okay. Maybe there's another level I can take that'll cancel out savoir-faire. Let's see. No, this one. Okay. Savoir-faire, -2 from items. Is there something else that gives me a bonus with items? Ooh, electrochemistry. And composure. Maybe if I do conceptualization, maybe. Ooh, Inland Empire. Okay. Next level up, I'll get something. I'll do savoir-faire, but then I'll also do something after that to try to even out the loss in items. Cause that kind of sucks. I wanna have good item power. Oh, what was that? What's in there? Anything?
This trash container is locked. The sliding lid has a padlock that says, "Whirling in rags." There's something in there, not necessarily connected to the case, but still.
Why am I looking at you, trash container? You're just a trash
The
container.
body is downwind from here. Maybe you prefer the smell of garbage to the smell of death.
Lieutenant, what do you think could be in there?
Trash, food waste from the cafeteria. They lock these containers to keep the derelicts from flocking in. Could be evidence too.
Yes, I feel like something is in there.
What do you mean, feel?
It's just a hunch. Maybe someone threw something in there.
Mm-hmm.
How'd we get the lock
We
open?
could try using a pry bar. The one you took
Yes.
from my motor carriage, or...
Did someone say pry bar?
Fuck yeah, a pry bar.
Pry bar, pry bar. Your palms yearn its cold touch, to grasp it once more, as you've done so many times.
No, or a pry bar.
We might want to ask for a key from the manager of the Whirling in Rags. He probably has one. And he also has information.
Ask the manager? Bullshit. Go straight for the pry bar and pry this baby wide open.
Let's try it. Okay. Yeah, let's talk to you, buddy. Let's talk to you, Gart. I love this game. This game is so chill. Okay. Let's talk to the boy. Oh shit, we can go in there now.
Can I help you?
Is the trash container out back yours?
Mine? No, it belongs to the Whirling in Rags.
Thank you for clearing that up. Why do you keep the container locked?
Why? To keep the hobos and drunks out. That's why. And the neighbors too. They put their trash there and they don't pay for the garbage company.
I thought as much. And are you the only party with access to the trash container?
Well, yes. Us and the garbage disposal company.
It seems a little callous, doesn't it? Something stirs in you.
I wonder what this feeling
Prod
is.
at him and find out.
Doesn't it seem callous to you, guarding even your leftovers from the poor?
Callous? What are you, Kras Mazov? Almost all establishments in Revachol keep their trash locked. The whirling in rags is not special in that regard.
Krasmazov, nom de guerre, was an economist and a historical materialist. He was a leading figure on the Grad side of the Centennial Revolution, where he headed the 9-day government. Mazov is considered the father of scientific communism, Mazovian thought, or Mazovianism.
Yum yum, tell me more.
He killed himself.
Maybe I am Krasmazov.
What are we talking about? Was this not about the trash container?
Yes, let's return to
Was
that.
there something you wanted?
We need those keys.
What for, Mazov? Are you planning to nationalize my trash container?
It concerns the case. Please cooperate.
Just bring them back once you're done, please.
Goodbye. My god. I sure do love this game. Oh yeah, pry it open. Pry it open, baby.
This trash container is locked. With a well-oiled crack, the lock pops open. It should now be possible to simply raise the lid. Don't. Maybe you shouldn't.
Didn't I just have a premonition that there's something in there?
There is. But you won't like it.
Open
Sweat,
the lid.
the smell of rotten food rises to greet you. You see soggy cartons, dirty rags, and organic waste.
Gross.
We're just in time. This hasn't been emptied for over a week.
Look into the box.
You see milk and egg rest with one broken egg in it. Some pasta wrapper. Picking up the soggy packages somehow feels familiar. You've done this before. The movements are recorded in your elbows, the methodology in your fingers. You're used to this.
Dive further.
A box falls into pieces in your hands. Batiste Soleil cereal. There are plastic pasta packages below, and turbo noodles. Nothing of note, however.
Get the
Among the
rags.
threadbare kitchen towels, something catches your eye. A pair of denim trousers.
Grab them.
As the legs of the slime-covered jeans begin to unspool from the garbage, a rank corpse smell fills the air.
The victim's clothes? Cadaverine odor is faint. If these belong to the deceased, they were removed when he was still in the early stages of decay. Drop them in here, officer.
Bag the trousers.
Guitar marked blue jeans. Pockets empty or emptied. He wore them with a belt, too. A white belt. The loops appear stretched, but the belt is missing. That's it. Do you see anything else in there? I have another bag here.
Something slimy catches your eye.
Reach for
A
it.
drab, long-sleeved shirt, olive-colored, appears from the food waste, dripping with pus.
Bag the
This
shirt.
is a military-type overgarment. No label or serial number. This is the kind of rib-knit shirt that's worn over light armor to conceal it in an urban scenario. Anything more?
The rest of the rags are just kitchen variety waste. A yellow old mug that catches your eye. But other than that,
Thrown out towel, a mug, that's all.
All right. We should go to Gart again and ask if he knows who put the clothes in the trash. It could be as simple as someone from the hostel cleaning the yard. Or that one. I'd advise against confronting that force.
You think someone from the Whirling might have been involved?
Not
maybe?
really. All we know is the victim's clothes are in the trash. The lid was locked and his establishment had the key. It's just a small loose thread.
Yeah, we need to ask the kids who put them there.
Fuck's he on about? Kids? You hear that, Kuno? He thinks you're an infant or something.
See?
Okay.
the lieutenant nods, then looks back into the trash container.
The mug, I'm getting that mug
You
too.
pick out a broken mug with an oddly racist depiction of the yellow man frolicking in saffron,
An antique.
only in its social sensibility.
Take the mug. Search the food waste.
It's just organic waste, cold and slimy on your hands. Apple and potato peels mostly. unidentified sludge, and the occasional chicken bone thrown in for good measure. But hey, nothing. It's nothing. Nothing more to see here. What's this?
What?
A blue piece of plastic sticks out from the apple peels. It's shiny. Looks like the corner of something.
Pick it out.
They look badly damaged, but you can still make out forms and notes, written in a man's handwriting.
Officer, is that your...
Can't.
Yes, it is. Look. This plastic has the RCM street grid on it. You've even got an autopsy form. If you don't mind my asking, how could you have let your paperwork end up in the trash?
I think I didn't want to be a cop anymore. That's why I tried to flush my cop life down the toilet.
Well,
He doesn't know what to
lucky we
say.
found it. You should take stock of what remains, just to be sure some has not made it into the hands of the RCM's adversaries. Organized crime and the like. There might have been police secrets in your notes.
Okay, I'll do that.
It would also not hurt to start taking notes on the case. Now, tell me what your eagle eyes see. Or are we finished?
Close the lid.
The container sounds a muffled gong.
Cool.
That's one thing off the list. I think we got it all.
Leave. Hell yeah. I got some stuff. Interact.
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A pitiful cabbage of white and yellow papers hanging from plastic board, barely held together by a metal clip. This sad display is made complete by the faint smell of urinal cleaner.
Anything else?
There's a piece of toilet paper, or is it cleaning tissue? No, it's toilet paper, desperately sticking to the back of the blue plastic clipboard. It's a metaphor for you. Below the pathetics, terror. Do not look into its blue heart.
Browse the white papers.
They're not exactly white. They're yellowed in patches by sunlight and alcohol, and covered in dense blue handwriting. Ink escapes into watercolor patterns, reaching its tendrils across entire pages. The paper itself is checkered, with faint red lines, forming short paragraphs. Once in a while, there's a red stamp that exclaims, "Case files commit to paper." The case files themselves are plenty. You count more than 100 sodden, crumpled up, earmarked pages falling apart in your hands. They
I
appear
know,
to
it's
be
very cool
sufficiently
looking.
organized and extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
What's in there? What are they about?
Work, strife, poverty, the Jamrock Quarter. These are handwritten logs of investigations dating back to January 51.
Also, the voice
this
acting
year.
is really, really
The
cool.
exact number is hard
This guy
to
in
estimate
particular,
due
the
to missing
narrator.
pages and an odd naming convention. But there are at least 20, maybe 30 cases undertaken, not completed, mind you. It's the middle of March. You have attempted 2 cases a week on average.
Is 2 cases a week a good caseload, Lieutenant?
Huh? 2 complex cases to undertake is a lot, yes. You really have to push yourself. I would not suggest it, lest you start making mistakes.
2 cases a week appears to have been my load, Lieutenant. I'm not sure I completed them, though.
2? That's a lot. I didn't mean to say you are making mistakes, by the way. That was presumptuous of me.
I'm sure I made plenty of mistakes. A nice brisk pace, the way I like it.
I prefer a normal caseload. It's a matter of method.
Like a fan of gills, the checkered papers dry in your hand. The handwriting is extremely dense, if mostly illegible.
There was a mention of a naming convention
Yes,
here.
it appears you employ a, shall we say, robust yet literary system. Each investigation has its case number written on the margins. Yet, still more tellingly, most are accompanied by a name, a title, one might say even. One that draws inspiration from snoop fiction and vespertine cop show staples.
Oh my, and they're written in capital letters, too.
Yes, all caps. One is called The Next World Mural. Another, The Square Bullet Hole Murders. Another yet, The Unsolvable Case. Others appear more light-hearted. The guys on a couch in an unexpected location, and the murder at the hookah parlor. Even the rare article-free collapsing tenement. Murder features prominently throughout. It's going to take an effort to piece these case files together, but it can be done.
Kim,
Once you're done inspecting them up close.
Kim, my cases appear to employ some kind of naming convention.
You mean the alphanumeric? Officer, precinct, time of arrival at the scene?
No, I mean a non-numeric one with titles.
Oh, you mean the titular? Yes, well, so do I. In our defense, almost everyone in the RCM does.
Why is that?
It's a holdover from the early days of the RCM, right after the revolution, when the organization had little idea how to do things. It persists in an unofficial capacity. Officers use these titles to refer to their work among themselves.
I seem to have named a case the Square Bullet Hole Murders.
Again, in your defense, I seem to have named one the man with the hole in his head. That was a real person. His death was real. Still, I named it that, to amuse myself. I pray his loved ones never find out.
What happened to him?
Rail spiked through the head. He died. It was a workplace accident.
Count the pages. I have to open an official case. Is there more?
There is, for precisely one more. 15 pages near the end remain untouched by the damage. The checkered grid forms a structure of passages, breaking the case into subtasks to accomplish.
Commit to paper using the pen Lena gave
The
you.
tasks you've completed flow out of the kind green ape pen in a brash freehand similar to the rest of the letters. The wording comes easily. It's almost robotically simple. A language developed for mental rigor and simplicity. Inspect the victim's body. Interview the cafeteria manager. It's not exactly poetry, but poetry would be out of place.
Cross out the ones you've already
A
finished.
satisfying slash sounds across the paper. You're done, it seems to say. And you, and you. Things to be done and things already done. The composition of reality. This is an extremely useful tool for a detective of the citizens' militia. Now all that remains is to name the case.
Lieutenant, have you by any chance named our case?
No, actually. Any ideas?
Shit on a stick. The Hanged Man.
Great. That's great. That's actually what I was thinking too.
Aww.
The Hanged Man.
He's so cute.
Good, strong name. We have a very good name for the case now. I'm going to start calling it the Hanged Man. It's good we sorted this out.
Oh my god, I love Kim.
You don't exactly close them, so much as distance yourself from the smelly papers. They're a little further from your nose now.
Come on, can I read the case files now?
Yes, you can piece them together using the alphanumeric
Holy
code on the
shit.
margin. It always begins with HDB 41, then date of initialization and time of arrival on the scene, followed by the title.
Wait,
For
HDB
example,
41. Weren't those...
HDB 41120111700. The Next World Mural.
Weren't those officer precincts?
Why, yes, your precinct number is 41.
HDB.
Every last alphanumeric in the files begins with it. And these are your case files. It's safe to say HDB are your initials.
Ram Tarjan Binzakin?
Yeah, no.
How long does it take to read a
It
case?
takes about half an hour to piece one together, using the system you've devised.
Oh my
Where
god.
do you want to start?
The Next World Mural. Insolvable case.
This one is relatively easy to reconstruct. Overnight on 12:02,
I hope this doesn't take an actual
a
half hour.
graffito, nay, a mural, appears on an 8-story tenement overlooking central Jamrock. The building is a sparsely inhabited ghost tower, part of a failed real estate development called Grand Coudon. Cause of failure, rent too high. The mural is enormous. 2 silhouettes, a man and a woman, are kissing. The text cut into their form reads, "True love is possible, only in the next world. For new people, it is too late for us. Wreak havoc on the middle class. People call it that thing and that fucking thing. It's visible for miles. In 2 days, the station's complaints desk gets clogged with requests to remove the bummer. You and your partner are assigned to the case. The graffito crew is easy to track down. Only the bell lectures have the literage of industrial paint to cover the surface. One of the graffito artists is rumored to be rich. They take responsibility for the execution, but not the design. The ideologue of the Next World Mural, as the crew calls it, remains an unknown.
Wait, do I ever find out who came up
The
with
case
it?
files do not show you finding the author of the design.
Read
The
on.
crew agrees to clean up after themselves. However, your partner JV is against the removal, citing public support for conservation. This leads to a debate in Precinct 41, which then spreads to the streets of Jamrock, ending in a rare plebiscite organized by you and the rest of Row 3. The 9,000 people subjected to the mural's message, all of Lakeside, Central Jamrock, and Villalobos, plus half of the eminent domain, participate in the vote. Although the case begins with what appears to be a lot of rambling on the streets as to how juvenile and stupid the mural is, given a choice between two options.
Keep the mural, it is
A
right.
staggering 78% of voters choose to keep it. Turns out the opposition were a loud minority, and that love truly is possible in the next world for new people, and it is too late for us.
Middle class are not to be blamed, it's human nature. All that remains to wreak havoc on the middle class.
In any case, it appears to have been a rare case of civil activity in the quarter, and agreement as well. What do you want to tackle next?
Let me actually level up a little bit. I'm almost very strong. Let's see. Let's level it up. Hell yeah. Alright. Accept it. The Insolvable Case.
AKA Leslie and Burke.
Maybe I'll find out my name from
AKA
this.
The public indecency drunk and the property damage drunk is a cursed case. It has been passed from unsuspecting officer to unsuspecting officer for 10 years. On January 29, the unsolvable case made its way to you. Why you accepted it, it is unclear. Every officer, and indeed most civilians in Jamrock, know it's unsolvable. You were so drunk, you didn't remember what it was when you signed on. That, or you were high. Leslie will always take his pants off when he's drunk. Burke will always trash everything. It's just what they do. It is their nature. You cannot change the nature of a man, and you can't lock them away because public indecency and small-scale property damage are not punishable by incarceration. The only way for Leslie to stop flashing his genitals to bypassers and for Burke to stop dismantling signage and rear-view mirrors would be for them to stop drinking alcohol, which, in their 40s or 50s, it's hard to tell because of their distorted features, is a medical improbability on par with you ceasing to produce the expression. Threatening fines, dragging them to the station, locking them up in the hellholes they live in, locking them up in the station, hypnotherapy, even trying to get the local gang of Zemyaki to take them out. The Zemyaki gave them ethanol, so Burke and Leslie would expose and rampage even harder. You tried it all, and still the complaints wouldn't stop, as they hadn't stopped for 10 years. It's plain to see from the files that you, Satellite Officer JV, and Special Consultant TH had more important cases to attend to. You uncover cross-reference to several ongoing investigations, each brought to a standstill every time you drive down Main Street. Because there they are, on the corner of Perdition. And what is Leslie doing?
Which one was Leslie? Public indecency.
Good, you're learning. If the files are to be trusted, that's all there is to it. That and Burke breaking things, and the fact that they're both drunk. But then again, so are you. The case becomes considerably less comic one day when Burke takes a swing at your ledger.
Eesh.
He must have it confused with the property he likes to damage. But the joke's on him. The officer is also drunk. Way more drunk than Burke there. And let's be fair, you also have party eyes. You slam the hardened plastic board in his face, then proceed to beat him unconscious with it. In the process, the ledger sustains damage. The compartment within, reserved for permeable documents, is jammed shut. You stop your assault on the now unconscious Burke to open it, but are unable to do so. The officer began to cry, reports Leslie, who, at this point, is tending to Burke. He came at us, and at us. I think he was trying to kill Burko. While trying to kill Burko, you slowly come around. The permeables compartment is open, You've smashed it open on poor Burko's kneecaps. The good news is, Burke can't walk anymore. Can't get out of his apartment. An invalid. With Burke to tend to, Leslie cuts back on the indecent exposure. Maybe he flashes his genitals to Burke. Who knows? But both drunks are off the street. The complaints stop. The unsolvable case is solved. Which is also why the officer responsible narrowly escapes a disciplinary hearing. The end. Do you want to read another one?
I can revisit
Not
this.
much has changed in the meanwhile. A bunch of sodden papers still sags from the clipboard.
Expect the
It's
toilet
just
paper.
toilet paper sticking to the back of the plastic clipboard. You can take it off if you want.
Leave it there, it's cool. Take it off.
Still wet, the toilet paper peels off the plastic easily. All you have to do is shake it off with your finger and voila! The ledger now looks marginally better.
Expect the
An aluminium block runs the width of the board, biting down on the paperwork. Its crocodile teeth are the only thing keeping the papers together. A regular pencil, the tip worn down to nothing, has been attached to the clip. The surface is interrupted by a silvery sticker. It's rectangular, sparkling with iridescence. You don't know how you didn't notice it before.
Is this one of the hologram watermarks you mentioned?
What? Yes, halogen watermark used for adding information to our scene property.
How can I read it?
Any capable light with the right wavelength will do.
Like, for
All
example...
our CM vehicles have had lights designed to reveal halogen watermarks. Mine too.
This means you can read the watermarks if you just turn the lights on.
kind
It
of
depends.
information?
Aside from an anti-counterfeiting stamp, mine has my station number and address. The information varies by date of issue.
How many years you've been on the force, he's thinking. It'll have that.
That's alright. That's all, thank you.
Okay.
While a bunch of sodden papers sag from the clipboard in your hand, it's a sorry sight.
Browse the yellow papers.
In the back, you see thin, translucent copy paper. Some neon yellow, some bright red, all covered in boxes, like marching armies. These look like official forms, waiting to be filled out. Then rip them from the binder and hand them out, according to type of form.
What types of forms are there?
3. The topmost are misconduct fines, the middle ones are station calls, and the bottommost are field autopsy forms. Each is easy enough to make sense of. You don't have to be an intellectual giant to do police work.
Misconduct fine, field autopsy.
A monetary penalization ranging from 20 to 250 real. Severe cases allow for 1,000 real, but that requires special paperwork. The details of issuing these fines are spread out over the rest of the fields, but they appear pleasantly vague.
Station call.
These are quite sinister in tone. They give a date and time for the person to appear at the specified precinct police station. Below the call are the criminal charges you risk by not appearing.
Field
A
autopsy.
dozen pages of thin copy paper, bright red in color. You see the parameters of a deceased human form waiting to be filled in. Age, sex, condition of internal organs, color of the irises, predation marks, condition of sexual organs.
Enough of these.
Yes, all that remains now is to fill those forms and hand them to people. Fines for wrongdoers, interview requests for bad guys, and field autopsies to dead guys. The rest of the stinking cellulose is much worse for wear.
Smell the ledger.
The acidic stench of rotting food is rubbed off on the cellulose. It now forms the base of the experience. This base surrounded by a faint air of spoiled meat, the stuff of death itself, and then sprinkled liberally with the citrus zest of toilet cleaner.
The clipboard.
It's made of dark blue plastic, hard enough to beat someone to submission with. The edges are rounded, however. The U4 size board feels thick and heavy in your hand. Light shimmers on its wet surface. On the back, you see the embossed letters, RCM.
Shake the ledger.
Something rattles inside, ever so lightly. Is there a hidden compartment?
Peek inside.
The plastic shimmers like lapis lazuli, but it is not see-through. You cannot see to its center.
What'd you say the color was?
Blue. The blue heart. Don't look into it.
How would I open it?
With your hands, U4-sized pages hang from the clip, screwed to the top of the board.
Open the hidden compartment, come on. Yes.
The two
Yes.
sides of the board appear slightly misaligned, like a drawer that's come off its slides. If you bend the plastic on your knee slowly, the slides snap back into place. It should be possible to just,
Slide the drawer open.
without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is now open.
What's
Two
inside?
ticket stubs and a handmade postcard.
Pick up the ticket
Two
stubs.
octopuses are smiling, reaching their tentacles toward each other in the colored pencil drawings. The tickets permit access to the zoo in Revachol East. The aquarium costs extra. These let you go there too.
Pick up the card.
Thin wax paper has been glued to a piece of cardboard. Sounds like leaves rustling when you pick it up. You see violet flowers, floral patterns, patches of glue.
Smell it.
It smells of chewing gum. Apricot flavored, a touch of cinnamon, the end of summer. You think the label says tutti frutti.
Open it.
Familiar handwriting lines the inside of the card. Looped, round letters in a woman's hand. A young woman in her 20s. There is care, effort, and a smile, you think. Although that is not something you can read from someone's handwriting. Harry, it begins. You're already
My
reading.
name.
I wanted to write you a letter so you can read it when you wake up. Maybe it will make you happy.
Dang.
Throw it away, please.
Keep reading.
Your hand shakes, holding the card. Every morning when I step out and you're asleep behind me, it says, I find a little piece of sadness in me. I carry it in my chest, down Voyager Road. Every step I take, it grows. By the time I reach the fuel station, it has filled me entirely. I step onto the light rail and look back. Sparks fall from the bow collector. I know it will be like this until late afternoon, when I get off the 42 and walk back to you. You. Every step I take will get lighter. It almost makes me run. Sometimes I do. I can't believe I met you. I can't believe the
Dang.
happiness I feel with you. You have a vast, vast soul, and I will always, always, always come back to it.
Dang, dude.
Kisses, kisses, kisses. You feel the air sucked out of your lungs and the blood sucked out of your head.
fuck.
Everything around you gets dark. Small white dots appear. You feel the ledger slip from your hand. No, hold on. To what? There's nothing.
Detective, is everything all right?
Fall sideways. Oh my god.
There is nothing.
What? Did that kill me? No. Nothing?
Nothing sad, brother. No treachery, just blackout.
Okay, just lie there past that.
Well, almost nothing. There is the ground below you. That's still there. And the small light that's on, fluttering, somewhere in the basal ganglia.
Who's that?
That's me. Blue eyes, that's me.
And who was that?
Who was what?
He speaks of the sickening longing, the unwell emotion. Even in the darkness, he's grasping for it. Still trying to hold on to the great sorrows slipping in the water. Slimy.
No, I was cool. I'm cool.
The cool when you're dead, brother.
Here in the paleo-mammalian cortex, we call it the shadow. Because it's always there.
Where's Voyager Road?
There is no Voyager Road. There are no roads, no houses, no lights in the windows. It's all on pause.
Was that the X something?
Bloated corpse of the past resurfacing.
No, it was beautiful.
Beautiful. Believe me, stupid ape.
Its lack of beauty was not the problem.
Enough. Just lie there, motionless.
You think they would let you? Until you disintegrate into biomolecules. No. Someone is breathing on your face now, inspecting your pupils, stupid idiot.
What is that? It's cold.
Yes, they're pouring something on you. It's in you. And
It's delicious. Glowing lights on a dashboard emerge out of nothingness.
Where am I?
In the upholstered cabin of Lieutenant Kitsuragi's motor carriage, seated
I love
in
you,
the
Kim.
driver's basket. The air is thick with leatherworks and heavy fuel oil. Cold water runs down your chin.
Drink. Water.
Drink.
The water is cold, silvery,
Yes.
the stuff of life itself as it pours down your parched throat. The pounding in your head recedes. The darkness parts.
Drink.
Drink.
With greedy gulps, you down half a liter of cold water. Some of it spills on the driver's seat. The lieutenant pays no heed to it.
What happened?
I should ask you the same.
You were reading your paperwork. Then you passed out. I carried you to my kinema to take you to a hospital. Then you came to.
How long was I out?
10 minutes, maybe.
Came into contact with the burnt-out ruins of the past, Lieutenant.
That does sometimes happen.
He replies with such understanding, it's as if the burnt-out ruins of the past were an occupational hazard. Athlete foot for cops.
You dropped these. Are you okay to proceed?
Let's solve this case.
Good.
That was so cool. Items. Clothes. Ledger of failure and hatred. Holy shit. Oh my god. That was so dope. What does it give me? +1 to Inland Empire, +1 to Empathy, -2 of Authority. Well, I better take it off. Can I interact with it? Yeah. Let me
It's the ledger you found in the trash. A cabbage of papers hanging from the board.
Slide the hidden drawer.
Without resistance or sound, the two panels move against each other. The compartment is slightly, ever so slightly, difficult to breathe once you've done so. The drawer is locked. Blue ink drips from the white pages in your hand.
The ledger away. I mean, it is cool. Okay. Wait, why is my software fare so low? -1 to software fare. Maybe I can take that off. Okay, I'm gonna take off my pants and my shoes and see if that helps. Okay. When I try to get my my gun again. This game is so fun. And let's save, just cause. Spooky time. Okay, flashlight. Hell yeah. Ooh. Hey.
A barbell lies on the floor. The color has worn off its weight plates. It's 60 kilograms. Your triceps hum at the sight of these weights. Show the world what kind of beast it's dealing with. Lift them. There are no collars on the barbell. This is a safety hazard. Why does it feel so familiar?
It's familiar because I'm a low
No,
lifter?
it's not that. It's the stale smell of rubber, the squeaky sound of sneakers, your bruised knee against the mat, and a whistle. Then the feeling is gone. It's just a memory from another life. When you were young and fit.
Look, Kim, it's a trap. There are no collars on the barbell.
You're right. The weight may fall off. Better not touch it then.
What kind of bastard would just remove the collars? It should be a felony.
It would be a violation of EPIS safety regulations if the gym was still operating, but it isn't. No one's supposed to come here anymore.
Leave. Okay, I am going to save and try it. Why not?
The barbell waits patiently on the floor, like a dog for
We
its
did
master.
it! Oh, yeah.
Conjuring up an inhuman amount of strength, you raise the barbell up in the air. Your biceps tremble, but you're a savage. This is a children's game.
Oh, yeah.
A warm wave of accomplishment washes over your head as you drop the barbells to the floor. For a moment, it feels like you're strong enough to succeed at anything you ever set your mind to.
Oh, my God.
Hey, but you're still in a ghost house. What if someone heard this? What if they know you're here?
Good technique.
I love Kim. What a cool guy. Worn out wall bars, they look unsafe. Okay, can I interact with you again? That was fantastic.
The barbell waits patiently.
Okay, fantastic. I'm glad we could accomplish that with our 42 odds. Items. Ooh, can I interact? Oh no, I can just sell it. Tools. I feel like there was something else that I could interact with. Interact.
It's just a racist mug. What's there to read here? Not much.
There's quite a lot to read here, actually. Look at all that content.
Oh boy, here we go. What are you going to say about a broken, tossed-away mug that you dug out of the garbage?
I'm going to put this in the face of every merchant I find. Tell them, is this your inane intelligence? This mug is an example of prejudice. I'm going to use an example of what not to do.
But it was in the trash. Why not just call it out when you see it? Or do some volunteering work. Just finish your case, detective.
Fair enough. I can't even sell it. Okay, let's go up here. Ooh. Hallway is blocked by old window panes and debris. Cool, cool, cool. Very spooky. Wild animals stare at you in the dark, stuffed and mounted. A large demijohn full of strange liquid. Airship rotors covered in spider webs. They remind you of blades. A naked mannequin torso, strange yellow color. Blue velvet, soft to the touch. Moth bit. Take all. Ooh, money. Where are the clothes that used to display?
Your flashlight slides over an old green chalkboard covered in scribbles, sketches, and schemes, like some ancient cave mural. Some of the writing has faded with age, but you can still make out sections here and there. Photos and drawings have been pinned to the board.
Inspect the drawings.
These lithe, pointy-eared creatures appear to be different types of welkins. You make out autumnal candle welkins, casting wax-based magic, translucent welkins, with organs shining under their skin, and even ether welkins, hailing from the vast emptiness of sidereal space. Who are all those creatures? Fantasies of a tortured, feverish mind? One of the welkins, towering among the rest, appears to be different, however.
Examine the Welkin. This is
It's
important.
Vara Hamira, a high Welkin, his face white and scarred like cracked marble. This is clearly a Welkin supremacist. The note says, all non-Welkin races will be purged. The Haldor, the Twarg, the humans, and even headless men, all of them, purged. Imagine a world filled only with Welkin, Green Welkin, Dread Welkin, and the High Welkin to rule them all.
An inordinate amount of time has gone into drawing these little Welkin creatures.
One of them is a Welkin supremacist.
Mm-hmm. Political commentary. That one has a great beard, too.
Why would anyone spend so much time on this?
Some people really like building a world, I think. Even if it's just for a game.
This has been educational. Let's move on from the Welkins.
Just look at those details. So much effort.
And for what?
Inspect the
The
photos.
photo collage depicts barren, icy landscapes wrapped in perpetual night. You see permafrost and glacial landforms, dead trees grown in under the snow. Entire oceans have been frozen from shore to shore. There are pictures of settlements on dried up riverbeds, abandoned in a storm. Animal corpses in the dark, carcasses and bones. You see primitive oil rigs built into glaciers, boreal dvorg, yurts under the snow, great mammoth-like beasts of burden. Albeit dark and cold, this vision also feels cozy in its own way, like eggnog or morphine, a much-needed respite from our own world. A pinned postcard reads, "The heat death scenario, a desperate fight for geothermal energy engulfs the world as Wirral becomes untethered from its sun, drifting through the universe."
Inspect the schedule.
This is a monthly calendar from the year 50. Cryptic words like sprint, daily minimi, and GPI span the marker-drawn grid, the grand scheme of production and money. Minimi stands for a mini-meeting. It's part of a bigger framework for managing work called
My wife is
REM.
here.
Station 41 tried to implement it a few years ago.
Keep reading.
but
What
failed.
happened?
As time goes on, the numbers in the boxes grow rarer and rarer. The board becomes an
It's a
empty
baby.
snowfield in the final days. Only failure and regret dwell in this region.
Looks like they didn't make it.
A note in the bottom left corner of the chalkboard says, "See the prod schedule filament for details."
Inspect the
The
notes.
handwriting is only partly legible, but you can still make out 3 slogans: Call in, Tune Out, Wirral Untethered, and Heat Death of the Universe.
Leave. Okay. Let's see what else is going on.
This appears to be some kind of machine with a cube-shaped heart and a wired framework. The keyboard has a rectangular on-off button. A piece of paper still hangs from the printer.
A radio computer. Just sitting here without anyone inside.
He sounds surprised and a bit cautious.
This is the Ream Civic radio computer, model RC5120, equipped with a Feld mainframe and a Ream-compatible printer.
Do you think I should turn it on?
We have one of these down at the station, but I never really learned how to use it.
Turn on
The
the machine.
machine lights up like some prehistoric animal stirring from its slumber, revealing fluorescent play and print keys on the keyboard. The hatch on the machine's central compartment is wide open.
Look inside the compartment.
It's empty like a beehive without its brood. Some cables have been left dangling, disconnected.
This is where the memory should go.
Press play.
Nothing happens. Something's missing. There's no tape in the player.
Press play.
Nothing happens.
All right. Let's see if we can find a tape.
This old fireplace is covered in lines drawn in blue and red marker, the mesh spreading over the stone like blood vessels on alabaster skin. It looks ghostly and strangely ancient. The whole thing resembles Kadran mosaic tiles. Very pedantic.
Hold on. How do I know what Cadron mosaic tiles are supposed to look
History
like?
classes, students with their textbooks open, studying the roots of our civilization. Those aquarelle blue tiles looked beautiful in the sun.
What am I looking at?
Radio frequencies, it seems. UKV 123.6, UKV 123.7, UKV 123.9. Some written notes, too.
Radio
Sparse
frequencies for what?
and unclear. It looks like a cardiovascular system split into veins and capillaries. Very advanced.
So we're dealing with something medical here?
You think so? The web is comprised of radio stations, all lead back to one red heart, titled the Game Master Frequency. A note says, this one can listen in on any station it wants. They must have had massive airwidth. These things don't come cheap.
Wait, who's the game
Someone
master?
very important. A conductor for the hundreds of story threads that pass through the Game Master's frequency.
If it's a game, then who's
Whoever
playing?
decides to call in to a call-in station, it looks like all of this is gone, left unrealized.
Aw.
There's no way a little basement studio working here could pull anything like this off.
My God. It's as if the less money they had, the more ambitious their
Aw.
project became.
Cost of air with the loan must have been huge.
Exactly. This schedule, I know doom when I see it. The company was running out of funding.
What else?
Nothing. It's just lines on marble. An echo from times long gone. No one has used the fireplace in ages.
It's so sad. Scribbled across a notebook. Developers of the most advanced RPG in the universe. Aww. This is so sad. Take the money. Okay.
Okay. What do you think is going on with that computer, chalkboard, and fireplace?
It's just a failed business. The only question is what the hell were they making?
Yes, that is the question.
Like he's ready to lay out a fine theory, crafted together like a puzzle box.
It looks like one of those popular pen and paper role-playing games. Only these people were trying to automate it, make it work on radio computers.
Utter madness, he thinks, as a compliment.
And this was a role-playing game. What do you think happened to the company?
No idea. They stopped filling out the schedule on the chalkboard.
This is a role-playing
Indeed,
game.
those Welkins are a dead giveaway. Role-playing people love that stuff. The world looks like a modified version of the We Were board game, with hit death thrown in.
Super cool. Someone should give them millions of real immediately. This game is too good to be left unfinished.
Has anyone ever done this before?
Not to my knowledge. They make automated games in Graz, Messina, Königstein. You know, places with industry.
Not in Revachol West, among the ruins.
But I don't think anyone has attempted to create an inter-isolary game before. We just don't have the technology.
How are they planning to do that?
Through call-in stations. None of the players have to be physically present. Anyone in the world can participate in the game, as long as they have a two-way radio. Then there's the Game Master frequency that listens in on the smaller call-in stations. I think that was supposed to coordinate the stories, functioning as a master of ceremonies of sorts.
His fascination has swept aside other concerns for the moment. He's a little hooked. Coordinating so many games would take a whole switchboard of people, possibly divided into sub-frequencies.
Wow.
Indeed, it's ambitious and untethered from reality, but
They were insane if they thought they could do this. It was just to play to cheap money out of their investors' pockets. The curse got them. I see no other explanation. The world is cold and lonely. Let's keep the company. Keep it company. Let's finish it. Do we have any money? Let's give them more money so they can finish it and make it even bigger.
it's too late for that, I'm afraid.
Aw.
Okay, let's keep moving.
I think Kim wanted to play this game. Oh, take it. What is up, gamers? We're playing some Disco Elysium, brah. This is pretty cool. Hey, put it in the computer. We're about to do it. What we got? Is this Emma's Atelier? I don't know. Maybe. Maybe. Is that the way we came also? I don't know.
Tiles on the cube are still
Insert
smoldering.
the production
Casting the thread
schedule.
like a smooth draw, the filament slides into place. On the keyboard, the play key starts blinking.
Press play.
A bar of fabric right above the keyboard starts producing a soft hum. The sound of static seeps through the machine's planar magnetic driver. Have you stirred the ghost of the doomed commercial area from its rest? Could this be its dismembered heart beginning to flutter? The static gets louder, slowly filling up the abandoned hall, until a voice speaks out, crackling and old, cutting into the air.
Good evening, Fortress Accident en rue de Saint-Ghislaine. This is East Insulindian Repeater Station 1. Please repeat. Is this the production schedule?
What's the production schedule? Are you a machine or are you alive?
The filament you have inserted into the reader.
You mean that glowing thing I put inside?
Yes. Is that the production schedule?
Yes.
Good. Please repeat the password.
The password? I'm really bad at passwords. Can you give me a hint?
No.
A hint system is not part of the protocol for repeater stations.
This is the police. Please open this thing.
I am contractually obliged to protect the privacy of the filament holder Fortress Accident. Without filing a warrant with Lintel, I cannot give you access to this filament.
I'm afraid we are not doing that, unless we want to wait for a month.
Now, can you please repeat the password?
I don't know the password.
Received. I will register this login attempt.
Don't worry. Passwords have a way of turning up sooner or later.
Fortress Accident. Is there anything else I can do for you?
Why'd you call me
today?
Fortress Accident?
Fortress Accident is the company on whose name the terminal you are currently using has been registered to.
Do you have any other information about this company?
One moment. Fortress Accident SCA produces revolutionary interactive call-in radio games.
Aww.
That's what the catalog says.
That's not bad.
Wow, so conceptual. And what's that? This interactive call-in radio game?
Any other questions?
What are you, a machine or are you alive?
Yes, I am alive. I am 74 years old and my name is Yvonne.
She repeats passwords. Programming people are all paranoid.
Partner tells me you're here because radio computer guys are all paranoid. Okay, but where are you? How'd you know where I
I
am?
work as a repeater at the East Insulindian Repeater Station. It's my job to know where you are, Fortress Accident. As for me, well, I am sitting in my cubicle, surrounded by a wall of radios.
Doesn't it get lonely, sitting there all by herself?
Doesn't it get lonely doing this job?
Lonely? Why would it get lonely? I get to talk to people all day.
That's why she does this.
Now, please tell me if there's anything else I can do, Fortress Accident.
That's all for now.
Thank you, and goodbye.
Tiles on the cube are still smoldering. Nothing happens.
Leave. Okay. Let's see now. Maybe in here? What? Am I going outside? Yo, what? Magnesium. Oh, Big Lady Zombie game is definitely something I want to play. Ooh, what's in here? Is that a fridge?
You see a terrifying ice bear with a strange compartment in its belly. The door is covered in frost, and the bear's eyes are glowing red.
What is this thing? It looks like a giant ice
The
bear.
lieutenant doesn't answer. His eyes are glued to the animal. A sharp slice of light shines out from its mysterious belly door.
Crack open the
A
door.
gust of freezing cold air rushes to greet you. You hear a low grumble as the bear regulates itself. This is the inside of a refrigerator. The lieutenant takes a peek inside. His hand has found the holster of his gun.
Relax, Kim. It's a fridge.
Of course, just a giant ice bear-shaped fridge. Let's take a look inside.
The shelves are empty. All you see are crumpled ice cream wrappers with the brand name, Revachol Ice City. A handwritten note has been attached to the door. The fridge is huge.
Take the note from
You
the door.
pocket the note and the little fridge magnets keeping it on the door.
Examine one of the ice cream wrappers in
A
there.
friendly cartoon bear smiles back at you from a glossy cellophane wrapper. It looks nothing like the fridge.
What is an ice bear-shaped fridge doing in the abandoned cellar in the first
Good question.
place?
It looks like an ice cream fridge.
So they tried to sell ice cream from this hyper carnivore.
I know. What an unfortunate marketing choice. What is even worse, the bear is still costing them money to this day.
The fridge buzzes with energy. The electricity bill on this thing must be catastrophic.
Hell yeah. Where's this note?
The note is written with a blue pencil on a piece of lined office paper. The kitchen magnets have left spots on its surface.
Does it say anything interesting?
This is tangential at best, but the lieutenant's detective instinct is still active.
Read the note.
Someone has scribbled, S. I can't believe the off-site copy is still here. The illiterate ginger kid keeps stealing stuff from the studio, so I had to hide it somewhere safe. You'll find the filament memory with the off-site copy in the frozen ice cream maker. Please take it home, ASAP. It's important. I'd do it myself if I lived in a civilized place with a freezer. Take care, Sully Swaff.
I wonder who wrote that note.
Looks like someone from that radio game company upstairs. I'm a little surprised they just left their property lying here.
Maybe they had to leave in a hurry.
That's a plausible hypothesis.
Remind me again, what's the
It
filament
belongs
memory?
inside a radio computer, storing its memory. It's like a tape. You listen to disco tapes, right? It's like one of your disco tapes, only for a computer.
Who's the illiterate ginger kid?
Really? You don't have a single guess?
You mean Kuno?
Oh, I'm sure that child would love to get his hands on a filament memory. Even if he doesn't know what to do with it, he'd probably try to pawn it for speed, based on our encounter.
Do you have any idea what the frozen ice cream maker
I don't know. I assume it's somewhere close to the ice bear fridge.
Put the note away. Okay. Maybe over here? Hey, an ice cream maker. What are you? A frozen ice cream maker that's still running.
This orange machine is buzzing like an old submarine. It has a hand-cranked ice cream churner on top and an electric freezer that appears to be frozen shut.
Try to crack open
You
the
slip
lid.
your fingers under the frozen lid, but the ice is too cold for you to get a good grip. A pry bar would come in handy here. No, this is going to need something else. Some kind of super pry bar. Don't even try to open it with a regular pry bar. You're just wasting your time. If you want to try again, then you need to have the pry bar in your hand, detective. Turning the crank feels oddly satisfying. Like stir is all gone now. You'll never become a poet or an entrepreneur. What better to assuage the creeping sense of failure than some frozen fat and sugar?
Okay. He said not even a regular pry bar. Good try. Chain covers.
This orange machine, you slip your finger. No. If you want to try,
Okay. So they're saying a regular pry bar won't work, but we should try it anyway. We have pretty good strength. Maybe it won't matter.
this orange machine is
Very
buzzing like a-
low. Jesus. Okay.
Two cables are plugged into the breaker box. The red one leads to the ice bear fridge, and the black one to the ice cream maker nearby.
the
Something
black
close
cable.
to you dies with a soft electric purr.
Why did you do that?
Because it's black. The color of immeasurable cosmos. It's black. It's not like it's the red one.
The lieutenant raises his brows, but doesn't say anything. The electric distribution board now has one cable missing.
Leave. Let's see what's up here. Okay.
This orange machine is dead still.
Okay. We made it die.
Only the red cable is plugged into the breaker box, while the black one lies neglected on the floor. Somewhere, a machine hums along with the current, happy and contented.
Let's try it again. Did that change anything?
This orange machine is buzzing like an...
Yeah, no. Tab it. Oh, ooh, ooh, what are you? Let me take it.
Yes?
Hold on. No, I wanna... Let me... Hey. Let me touch it. There we go. I gained a little bit of money.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace, coloring it pitch black. Looks like this furnace has a face, and it's a face of agony.
Kim, what is this thing? Is it a furnace?
Looks like it. Looks like an old central furnace used to heat the building. It's connected to the chimney. No one has used it in ages. No signs of any recent fire. Only dead rats.
Look inside the furnace.
It's dark and grimy here. In the darkness you can hear chatter. It's coming from above. A voice or several voices talking to each other. Near the smoke chamber, upstairs.
What are you doing?
I'm not sure, Kim, but I think I can hear someone talking
Wait,
upstairs.
really? You should investigate. See if someone's upstairs.
Hello, into the furnace.
You muster all your strength and yell.
What?
Your dehydrated, hungover throat can produce little more than a dry
God damn
croak.
it.
A lifetime of smoking and drinking will do that to you. The chatter from the chimney continues on as before. You seem to have made no impression on whatever's up there. Then again, maybe it's worth actually trying something up there.
Maybe you should let your voice rest, officer.
Kick it
Try
with your
A
foot.
hollow ring echoes through the furnace. Your toe
Damn.
hurts. Something
Oh my God, thank
breaks
you.
loose in you. A mighty bellow echoes throughout the chimney's depths. The chatter of tiny voices above suddenly cease. Then, you've awakened the entity.
Hello, are you there? Speak to me.
Hello? Did you say anything? I can't hear you. Please come upstairs. There's a safety curtain on the second floor. I'll open it.
No, you're good, honey. Thank you.
You hear a low rumble upstairs. The sound of a curtain being pulled aside.
After you, officer.
Leave. Okay. That was cool. That was pretty neat. Where'd the curtain go? Ooh, is this more stuff? Oh yeah, where's my
A few
flashlight?
bricks have fallen off, revealing a compartment behind the wall. It's too dark to see in.
Look, there's a hole in the wall.
There is, yes. And there also appears to be something inside the hole. Interesting. Do you want to take a look?
Okay, I do.
Your hand reaches deep into darkness and spiderwebs. Rummaging around, you find rusty rifles hidden away.
Rifles, Kim!
Are these any good?
Most of them are rusty and inoperable, like the rest. But one catches your eye. A bolt-action model with a fine wood stock, in better cosmetic order than the others.
This one looks nice.
That's a rare sight. Seems to no longer be functional, but still a beautiful thing in its own way.
Where are we?
Seems like an old bunker from the revolutionary period. Look at all those rifles. Must be an old weapons cache.
What does this mean? A rifle here?
It means there are firearms, albeit inoperable, still lying around in Martinez. It's an interesting coincidence, I would say. Might come in useful in the future.
He likes this find.
Leave. I am going to... Can I move it? No. It's just cool. Get me a flashlight. Someone has stuck some busted guns beneath the ceiling. 2 rusty rifles are hidden above the piping. They look inoperable.
A few bricks have fallen.
Okay. Nothing else in here. That was cool! Ooh. Did I look in here? Hey! Drama. Interesting. What's my conceptualization like otherwise? Not super good, but I've got this cool mesh top now. Maybe if I want to do some drama, I will. Hell yeah. Whoa. We're out here now. Neat. Okay. Where's the curtain that lady was talking about? Ooh, money! Cellar window, people's feet shuffling by on the street.
A thick layer of coal dust covers the furnace.
Maybe it was back up here. She said the window? Or the curtain was open? Maybe it was back up here. Okay. No. Where are we going?
Looks like someone tried to reconceptualize their business here.
I don't get
Look,
it.
the skis and rotor blades both bear the same Slipstream logo. It seems likely that they started out making one, failed to turn a profit, and then pivoted to producing the other.
The question is, which should they start with? And which should they pivot
That's
to?
a good question.
What a strange leap of imagination, yet they still failed. How sad.
Reality is ruthless.
It's so sad.
The note is written.
Okay. Where the hell is the curtain that I wanted to find? Maybe I was missing something, but I don't think so. Oh, ooh, maybe up here. Hell yeah, dude. Didn't even see all this. Shoes in a puddle of melting snow. I'll take it. Hey! Trays full of dice, colorful polyhedral dice, hundreds of them. Candy dispenser's been repurposed to contain thousands of dice. Cool, cool.
Hello, I'm Nia.
A bird-like woman sits on a throne of tools with emerald light shining through her hair.
Did you try knocking on my window? I must have missed you. I've been listening to my Milius. So what kind of die are you looking for?
Could this be the malicious entity? Perhaps it's wise to go along with this masquerade for now. She's got a direct view to the backyard. You should interrogate her about the lynching.
Hold on, what do you mean by milieux?
Yes, Amelia is like a call-in station. You need a two-way radio to access one. That's why I have these. Mostly, they just teach you to swear in different languages. But some of the stations can be quite interesting. I was so absorbed, I must have missed you knocking.
You must have been confused with someone else. I haven't knocked on your window.
Then how did you get inside? By the south entrance? You know what? It doesn't even matter. What matters is that you're finally here. Let's talk dice. Did you have something specific in mind?
Why are you asking me about dice?
I'm a novelty dice maker. Tell me the name of your role-playing system and I'll make the die you need. That's why you're here, yes?
As she speaks, her bone-like fingers fiddle with a ring. Her bones light, but her hands strong. Role-playing games? You know the one made by Fortress Accident. Does that count?
Sure, I like role-playing games, and I need some dice.
Very good. My rate is 10 rel per set. Unless you want something really unusual. Take a look around and see if there's any particular stone you want to use.
It almost looks as if the stones and dice are a natural part of the room, growing out of the shells like stalagmites.
What do you know about the man who was lynched behind the whirling in rags?
Nothing really. I didn't know him.
Who cares about the dead body? We might be dealing with a malignant entity here. The lieutenant looks at his notebook. Then, the woman under the large window.
Your window looks directly onto the courtyard. You're saying you didn't see or hear anything unusual last Sunday evening?
I'm sorry, detective, but as you know, I usually have my headphones on when I'm working. It shuts out most of the daily ruckus behind my window.
What do you mean by the daily ruckus?
Well, there's always something going on in the Whirling's backyard.
Tries to come up with an example.
During daytime, there are usually those kids. And lately, I've been seeing a lot of drunk workers hanging about. Must be because of the strike. But I never saw anyone during that fateful Sunday night, I'm afraid.
You never took your eyes off work to look out the window.
I might have, but in this case, all I would have seen is my own reflection staring back from the darkness. It's really hard to make anything out in the yard when it's dark outside. Besides, I rarely get up to look out the window when I'm in the zone.
You often work Sunday nights?
It's an odd profession, making dice for people. But I like it, and I prefer doing this to sitting at home.
I see. Thank you for your
She
answers.
nods.
Anything else, officer?
Where are we?
We're inside the chimney of an old central furnace. It's strange, I know. But when I arrived here, all the other rooms were taken, so I had to build myself a makeshift home. Besides, I don't really have to pay any rent here, so that's a plus.
Plaisance was right. There's an entity living in the chimney. You should ask her about the curse.
Creative.
I've heard this place is cursed. Do you know that people call it the doomed commercial area?
I've heard the stories, but I don't think those stories are true.
Plaisance is the one who sent me. She's convinced the place is swarming with malicious energies.
Plaisance, the bookshop lady? I've heard that her business is doing rather well. Have the energies spared her somehow?
Actually, the bookstore isn't doing that well. There are hardly any customers, and she has to exploit her own daughter to keep the company going.
Oh, right. But it's not just the bookstore that's still up and running. What about the Whirling in Rags? Some people say it's part of the building complex.
Hold on, the Whirling is part of the doomed commercial area?
You could say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East of the Commerce Central project.
Right, the Whirling doesn't really look like it's cursed.
And then there is me. I've been here for 14 years, selling novelty dice to role-playing enthusiasts. Not exactly a million-real business idea, yet somehow I've survived despite the talk of malicious energies. Strange, isn't it?
Oh, I'll be the first to admit there are many inconsistencies in this so-called curse.
I was just about to ask, what do you think? Do you think the curse is real?
Time has come to face the source. Fear not, for the forces of the universe are supporting you in this psychic quest.
Honestly, I'm still not sure. The world is a puzzling place.
Is it now? I've always thought it's a rather mundane and boring place with no supernatural surprises inside. Well, if you ever find a way to explain all those inconsistencies in the curse, let me know.
The bookstore closes starting 2100. You'll have to do that tomorrow.
How'd you become a
How
dice
did I
maker?
become one? It was a business decision. I was a regular jeweler at first, but that's an unfocused field with too much competition. Some of my friends were role players. They asked me to make some polyhedral dyes out of cobalt. That was my first order. I
Do you
grew
like
it from
role-playing
there.
games yourself?
Not especially. I like working with rare materials and a steady pay. And role players as customers? They're nice people.
Some of those nice people have big bucks to spend on novelty items. She's thankful for the security they provide her.
Do you know what happened to the other tenants? Everyone else is
More
gone.
or less. Are you interested in anyone specific?
There used to be a hair salon here, right?
Yes, I think it was called Androgynous Orlando or something similar. They weren't a big hit around here. Turns out that working class men don't like genderless haircuts. They're scared of that word.
You wouldn't like it either. The others would laugh at you. A bit of experimenting every now and then isn't bad. It's not about the haircut. It's about the confidence.
There you go. I would never let anyone androgynous touch my hair, not even if my life depended on it. What's wrong with a bit of experimenting? The customer should have been more open-minded.
I guess it just wasn't the time yet.
What happened to the gym?
It wasn't merely a gym, it was Artemitep's boxing club. A community project created to steer at-risk youth away from drugs and crime.
Maybe that's what Kuno needs, a community-centric boxing club.
Kuno? Who's Kuno?
He's sort of the king around here. He's the little ginger gremlin who likes to defile dead bodies. Indeed, who is Kuno? Your guess is as good as mine.
Oh, you mean the kid with the sailor's mouth? Yes, I've heard him yelling profanities in the backyard. I think it would take more than a gym to help that kid.
And who was Artemitep?
A kind man, from Zemsk. I heard he had some trouble with the law when he was younger, and that's why he wanted to start the gym, as his way of giving back.
Judging from the kids I've met so far, it didn't really work.
It didn't. If anything, it made the youth situation in Martinez even worse. At some point, someone started a rumor that the punching bag downstairs was full of amphetamines.
You should have known.
Eventually, the coalition took away the funding and the club went bankrupt. This was a few years ago. It's gotten much more peaceful around the plaza ever since.
What's up with the broken windows?
Oh, this one's a mess. There used to be a company that promised to repair windows 24 hours a day. What could go wrong with this one, right? Turns out, the business was actually set up as a front for an illicit group that was producing snuff milias. Who would have guessed?
What's the snuff milieu?
And they never cleaned up the debris either. Now it's just littering the hallway and I have no idea how to get rid of it on my own.
Cool. About the debris, but what's a snuff milieu?
It's a Sub Rosa radio station that broadcasts real murders with real victims. Some people pay good money to get off on it.
What does she mean? To get off?
Don't worry, the ICP has a separate division that deals exclusively with unlicensed sub-roses. This isn't
God.
our problem.
Good luck with that. It's not easy catching those perpetrators.
Did someone here make stuffed animals? I saw mounts lying around.
You mean Mr. Fabron, the taxidermist? No, he mostly just did drugs.
But what drugs exactly?
I didn't know what drugs he was doing for my police report.
He got high on some weird taxidermy chemicals. I wouldn't recommend it to anyone. Eventually, they caused him to lose control of his bladder. The smell was awful.
Is there anything that gives +2 for bonus items? Empathy. Oh, I do need empathy. Hell yeah. Changes in clothes. Okay.
Even you can probably do better than that. You can almost see it. A small, sickly old man, hunched behind his work desk, his pants stained with old piss, stuffing a sad, stiff-legged raccoon dog. The entire scene looks tragic.
I found creepy mannequins.
There used to be a fashion atelier here, but I have forgotten the head designer's name. They were doing well for a couple of years, until the insect rights activists came.
Insect rights activists? What in the name of...
The atelier produced a certain collection that used chitin among the materials. Apparently chitin is made in the Occident, where it's extracted from beetle wings. And you know how all kinds of political movements are big in the Occident. The activists shut down the biggest chitin supplier, which of course caused the price to skyrocket. And, naturally, all the most fashionable tastemakers refused to be seen in chitin from then on. The atelier went bankrupt before they could finish the collection.
I'm glad someone took care of the little guys. I like insects. But insects don't have any brains or feelings. They got what they deserved. Making clothes out of beetle wings is a terrible idea.
Really? Anyway.
Oh my god.
Poor guy. Suddenly, you get a feeling that insects are important to the case somehow. It's hard to say why.
What's with the rotor blades and skis?
They were made by a company called Slipstream. After they pivoted from making rotor blades to skis, their chief executive took off on a vacation with all their money. Honestly, I think it's quite funny. I think he's still sending out holiday transmissions from Tulula or Tiumotiri or Hashtkor or wherever he is.
Interesting. What do these transmissions say?
The usual, I imagine. That he's been thinking up all kinds of new business plans and can't wait to get started on them just as soon as he returns.
Men like that are a curse.
Sure, but Slipstream is history now. All their remaining assets got seized by the bailiffs in 47. I have no idea why those skis and blades are still lying around in the house. Not much use now, I guess.
Maybe you could make a sword out of one. No, wait, forget it. It would take too long.
I found a strange machine.
Fortress Accident, the radio game studio.
She liked them.
They were an interesting bunch. We talked about role-playing systems every now and then. Once, I even saw two of them get into fisticuffs over Wirral. They certainly took their work very seriously, even if they seemed to be chronically liberal with their schedules.
What do you mean liberal? What
The
happened?
usual. They ran out of money and couldn't get the project done on time.
What went wrong?
Well, I did hear them talking at times.
She looks at the hallway as if she can still hear them chit-chat behind her curtains on a cigarette break.
They seemed to believe they were historical individuals on some grand quest.
From what I've seen so far, the project did look quite impressive.
Yes, but when the money started to run out, they just began to complain a lot about capitalism. You know, how the markets are rigged to keep out new businesses and so on. In the end, they just didn't get it done. They didn't have enough willpower to produce something truly historic. And to show up to work on time.
Showing up to work on time is hard. No, scratch that. Showing up to work at all is difficult. Especially if you've been drinking.
That's too bad. I would have supported them. The project looked great.
Not the wisest decision. You would have lost all your savings.
The result is 1 on a 20-sided die. The dice is black and filled with little silvery flakes, like snowfall.
Anything else?
There's a terrifying taxidermied bear in the cellar.
Oh boy, the fabled Revachol ICT. You're in for a treat here. The place was owned by two guys who had some rather innovative ideas about marketing. The bear was one of them. Now ask me about their other ideas.
Indeed. What were the other ideas?
Alright, what about the other ideas?
There was really just one. And it involved picking out the prettiest girls in the neighborhood and paying them 20 cents per hour to man the booth. And by man the booth, I mean slump behind the counter with a face that could maim you if you ever dared to disturb their bored magazine browsing.
Fritta does the same thing.
I know a girl just like that. She works in Frita at a cashier and she's not particularly friendly. What they expect? 20 cents per hour is dog's pay. I'm surprised they showed up to work at all.
Oh, but they did. They did show up to work, and not alone. There were also acne-ridden girlfriends and gorilla-like boyfriends loitering near the ice cream stand, and they already had the bear.
What about the bear?
The bear. Of course not. The bear was terrifying. No one wants ice cream guarded by a hostile apex predator. To make matters worse, the fridge didn't work too well either, and half the ice cream came out malformed and partially melted. Eventually, Revachol Ice City lost the price war to its rival, Class A 5,000. Class A 5,000 sold caramel sundaes for only 5 cents a piece, out of regular fridges.
The bear was scary. Every time I saw that bear, I felt scared, like it could become alive at any
The
moment.
taxidermist who made it said it was his vision beast. He said he met his vision beast while high on desiccants. He called it Megatherion.
Sounds cool.
Megatherion.
Megatherion, a mega wild beast.
Mega wild beast.
It's an imaginary beast that guides you through life by telling you to do more drugs, mostly.
A wise and noble beast, guiding you toward the land where the streets are paved with drugs.
I don't have a comment on drugs.
Understandable. You shouldn't do them. You're a police officer after all. Anyway, now you know the story of the fallen ice cream empire.
She seems almost sad.
Anything else? Another failed business, perhaps?
I found the building's
I've been
intercom,
here for a
but it's
long
not
time.
working.
Oh, right. I hope you didn't try to ring me. I think none of those doorbells work, including mine. I'm still in the middle of connecting the wires.
The doorbell with the empty name card must belong to her then.
So you're telling me that the doorbell with the empty name card was yours?
That's right. I haven't even written my name there. As I said, it's quite useless right now. It doesn't work yet.
Strange thing happened when I tried calling a company called Slipstream SCA.
It can't be true. They don't work here anymore. They've been gone for years. Are you sure it was Slipstream SCA? Was it a woman? Maybe it was Plaisance from the bookstore.
She said she was from Tricentennial Electrics.
Tricentennial Electrics? It used to be a major electric company 100 years ago. Are you sure it wasn't just some kids playing a prank on you?
No, it was something else. It was eerie. Whatever happened, keep your cool. It's probably better to admit that it was a harmless prank.
No, it was something else, something eerie.
Pranks can be eerie. Oh, the kids these days. We were just one of them, and now they're terrorizing us. No solidarity.
I was wondering about the Whirling in Rags. This is part of the same building
You could
complex.
say so. Both houses were built at the same time and under the East Delta Commerce Center project. That explains why you can call the whirling from the intercom. Albeit, I doubt that anyone responds.
If the whirling is part of the same building, then it's part of the doomed commercial area. The darkness of this place is there, too.
I saw a name, East Delta Pinball, on the
Right.
doorbell.
It used to be a gaming arcade. This is an ancient failure, before my time. I'm not surprised, however. My advice, don't base your business on a fad. Hypnotism, floriography, trick-track, especially pinball.
Agreed. Pinball is the worst.
His disdain for pinball could not be clearer.
I have a few more questions about the building.
Sure, I'm listening.
Intercom.
I'm pretty sure it still doesn't work. Sure, I'm good. I hope it clarified things a bit. What else?
Leave. Well, that was quite a bit. Quite a bit of info. I guess we still can't get the other thing. Dang. What do we got here? Neat. Yeah. It's cool that they show me all the checks, though. I guess there's not really much else to do here. Can we talk to Kim?
Yes?
Yeah. No. Nothing. Come back tomorrow. Oh fuck. The only way we can get out is the other way. No! No! Let me leave! Pinball isn't stupid. Themed pinball is stupid. But space pinball? That's pretty cool. Okay. I don't know. Kim Kitsuragi is pretty cool. I think I might start trusting his opinions on pinball. Let's get out of here. Whew. What an eventful day in the world of Disco Elysium. Okay. Let's see if we can find the name on the kinema. Maybe a sea monster did this to the plaza. We did not even check the that side of the place.
Inside, you see a set of steering levers, a radio microphone, a pull-out toolbox.
How do I turn on the
All
headlights?
right. Ready? I turn, you press start. It's next to the preheater.
He's downplaying his excitement. The lieutenant is more than happy to show off his precious carriage.
Press engine
The
start.
dashboard lights up with orange glow. The raspberry gauge jumps, and the engine of the caprice cannon comes to life with a whiny growl.
Press the button labeled
The
headlights.
lights unfold with a little click, casting electrical light onto the ground before the vehicle.
There you go.
As you hold your ledger's clip under the headlamp, an iridescent hologram appears. A street grid and the veins of a great river. A familiar sensation washes over you.
There she is. Revachol West.
Around the borders of the watermark are dozens, no, hundreds of micro-perforations.
Look at the shimmering street
The
grid.
rectangular watermark is overlaid with the logo of the RCM, and yet the major arteries of Revachol are all recognizable. They shimmer in the Kanema's headlights.
Look around.
You catch a faint glimmer from a broken beer bottle in the distance. Sounds. Two men engaged in a drunken argument, followed by the closing of some distant window.
Ah, Martinez at night.
Where are we on this?
Let me see. Right here.
Seems nice.
No, it does not.
There are many of them, and they are divided into 3 separate rows.
Tally up the different rows.
The first row has 18 dots.
What about the next one?
The next is the longest. It runs all the way around the border, and then some.
Count them individually.
There are so many, it's hard to count. More than 150, at least. Maybe even 200.
What about the last row?
The last row has 3 perforations.
That's it?
That's it.
What do these holes mean?
Those are perforations. They represent your record as an officer of the RCM. They are your statistics, as it were. I should have guessed you'd keep a record. Officers often do. Let's take a look.
Alpha male officers who are proud of their numbers often do. It's meant, son. Here is where we score your life performance. You better hope it's good.
The first row represents your years of service. 18 years. Okay, not bad at all. What did you do before you volunteered?
I walk the land telling horrors and liars of the end to come. 18 years I've done
That's what it
this?
says. I might have guessed even longer based on your age. What did you do all those blissful years of your youth?
You really think I have any idea?
Fair point. Let's move on, shall we? This next row, the one that wraps all the way around, is your number of closed cases. Closed is good. It means finished. You've got, let's see, wow, more than 200.
Is that a lot?
It's quite a lot, even for someone who's been on the force for nearly 2 decades. Usually, clearing more than 10 cases a year puts you in the 90th percentile of all RCM officers.
I used to be good. That's some solace, I guess. What's the last number?
Right. Those are your confirmed kills. You've got precisely 3 perforations.
So I'm a killer.
For an RCM officer, especially Precinct 41, which is in the Jamrock quarter, it's rather tame. I mean that in a good way. There are certain officers who treat their kills like some kind of ghoulish game. If they do happen to solve a case, it's usually by accident. But it seems as though you are, or at least were, one of the good ones. So we have that to be thankful for.
Have you ever killed anyone, Kim?
Yes.
It's not a problem for him to state it, however.
How do you handle the strain?
Everyone has their own method of coping. Some more effective or self-destructive than others. Personally, I find it helps to keep up a few hobbies.
Like what?
Oh, this and that. Let's not get into it now.
Maybe I should find a hobby.
Why not gardening? You've already got the gloves.
It's meant in earnest. Please don't mistake it for a jab.
Thanks for this.
The lieutenant nods.
Alright, let's go.
Right. I'll go turn off the lights.
Ooh. So many things I'm learning. Ooh, we can talk to Kim. What you get to say, bud?
We should think about calling it a day, maybe. The nights are still miserably cold this time of year.
I haven't paid the cafeteria manager for damages yet.
You should take care of that, then.
I don't have the money.
Let's talk to him anyway. An officer of the RCM shouldn't be sleeping in the streets. We'll figure something out.
Though he finds this situation frustrating, he is doing his best to not make you feel any worse than you already do.
Let's try to get that body out of the tree. Maybe I'll vomit, maybe I won't. We'll see what happens. Probably vomit. Is Kuno still there? I'm gonna lose my shit.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eyes. The body below is entirely dedicated to that corpse smell. Emitting it is... The smell is repulsive. It pushes in from your mouth, more instant and more familiar than anything you'd expected. More fever than odor. It fills your mind, flushing you from within.
Let it out.
You feel a great force ringing from your stomach. Your body curls and pushes it out, burst by burst, until a pool of vomit lies under your feet, and your throat stings from the stomach acid.
Fucking corpse.
Keep it.
Thanks.
The hangover is clearly making this worse for you. You could use some ammonia to clear your head.
You think ammonia would
If
help?
you can handle the headache. Some officers use it to deal with cadaverine odor.
Where do we get ammonia?
That young woman, the gardener, mentioned she used salts for the smell. If she doesn't have any, there might be some in the fridge store nearby.
A little hanky. Aww. You gotta love Kim.
There are several footprints in the mud, left by work boot.
I don't think there was anything else I had to do, really. I need to go explore the left side, but let's talk to this lady.
It's raining again. It was clear just an hour ago.
You still have your salts?
Sure, I'm done with them. Go easy on that stuff. It gave me a terrible headache.
I have to run. So late and you're still
I'm a
here.
nighthawk.
Odd.
I have to run. Let's try this again.
There he still is, looking right through you with his white eye. You crack open the
Yes.
ammonia ampoule and breathe
We
in.
did it.
The odor of death is still stronger. It's a spell of the mind telling you to run, and your stomach to wring itself empty. With your eyes squinting, you stand in it.
Do they always do that?
They do after 7 days, yes.
Except
The
those
man
guys.
before you is naked, but for a pair of underpants and enameled boots. His skin is greenish, marbled with decaying veins and blotched by lividity. A fading web of tattoos covers his chest and shoulders. The cargo belt used to fasten him to the branch above appears industrial in strength.
Inspect the boots.
The material appears to be ceramic. Its clean white stands in stark contrast to the decaying flesh above the knee. The man wore thick polymer socks, probably for padding. A fine array of interlocking plates covers them. Delicate and fragile, they feel alien to the world around you. Out of place somehow. These are clearly not boots. They're armor. possibly part of a larger set.
They aren't just boots, are they? This is the armor he was stripped of.
Indeed. Technically speaking, these are sabatons, not boots.
What kind of armor is this exactly?
Ceramic plate. Zirconium dioxide, most likely. This is where the make would be.
Where?
Under the hill. Fair weather. Fair weather model T500 VE. I'm guessing that's vitreous enamel. This is advanced stuff.
Where's the rest of it? Scavenged by locals?
Piece by piece. He's been out here for 7 days. It would be odd if they didn't. We should keep a lookout for these species. The armor could yield information. This is one thing he might actually know.
Understood.
The sabatons dangle off the man's decaying form. Ageless and synthetic.
The material looks out of place.
It is. It's expensive. We've requested similar material for our tactical units for years now. The constabularies deemed it too costly. In that time, we've lost 6 men to semi-automatics. For a full set, about 4 years of wages.
For the northwest region of Revachol, an officer's average yearly income is 5,500 real, unadjusted for rank.
Ka-ching, baby.
By catching, do you mean let's not log them as evidence? Let's steal them?
No, that's not what I meant.
Of course.
The lieutenant nods often. It's part of his unplastic expression range, communicating both professionalism and sarcasm. This time, the latter.
I heard this man's for such expensive hardware.
That's for us to find out. My initial report on the area suggests he was a security guard for the harbor company. But that's just hearsay.
He's pretty advanced for security guard.
I agree. This equipment is way beyond what a guard can afford.
Knock on a boot.
A small bell-like sound fills the air, like tapping on the side of a porcelain cup. Suddenly, your biceps coil up. Your elbow is sharp and cocked for a punch.
Sounds fragile.
It's anything but. This material is a kinetic redistributor. It spreads kinetic energy horizontally, from plate to plate, dissipating it entirely. See?
Faint, organic lines cover the plates where they separate into smaller ones. These plates then divide into smaller plates until there are hundreds of them altogether, like whirls of floorboards. The design looks organic, influenced by highly resistant wood materials, like lignum vitae and ebony perhaps.
What does this remind me of?
If trees were made of porcelain, this is what their cross-sections would look like. The smooth, glossy surface fractures into ever more intricate interconnections, peaking on the right sabaton, where you noticed the whirls are in the shape of a letter and number combination, E50, 100, 1000.
Looks like there's a serial number on the right sabaton.
Good. Can you read it to me? We have a make and a number. That's something. We can use the radio in my kinema when we're done.
Pull the boot off.
This feels dangerous. Are you sure?
Grab the boot under your arm.
The stench fills your nostrils. As you push downward, an ominous creaking sound comes from above.
Stop! Pig's gonna pull his head off.
Brutal!
Oh, this is a bad idea, isn't it?
You're going to pull his head off.
Do it, homo!
Do what?
Pull his head off. There's no point performing an autopsy if you do. What are you trying to achieve anyway? Why are you hanging on to that boot?
Are we not detectives? There may be clues inside
How
the
many
boot.
clues do you need? You already found a number. There's no way you're getting them off. All the organic matter in his body has been flowing down into the boots. They are fused to his feet now. Why do you think the locals haven't scavenged them yet?
You're sure there's a way to peel them off, but first the body needs to be down. And second, it would probably be better if the lieutenant wasn't around.
Sounds like a plan.
The anticipation makes you crack your fingers. Feels nice. Nice and cracky.
Okay,
Processing will take care of them. With the situation in the morgue, it will yield nothing. But we must pick our fights. Should we continue?
Back off and look at the corpse.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt.
Inspect the
The
belt.
hangman's knot is pulled tight by the weight of the corpse below. Yellow, hard-edged polyester cuts into his neck. Above, a sliding buckle ties the belt to the branch. This is a steel-reinforced cargo lashing belt, big brother of the regular cargo belt. It's used for tying cargo under 6-rotor airships.
Don't ask me how I know, but this is a lashing belt used for airlifting cargo.
Airlifting? I thought it was used on lorries for strapping cargo to them.
Apparently this is the reinforced kind for air transport. My brain tells me so.
The local harbor uses 6 rotors to shuffle containers around. I get the sense they use whatever was on hand, without paying much attention to not incriminating themselves.
I sure wanted him to stay up there. The rope is reinforced with steel wiring.
I was afraid it would be. Thin steel wiring, parallel strands. This makes getting him down more problematic than I had assumed.
How'd they even get him up there?
A noose is one of those things that's easier to use one way around.
Did they climb up using the kid's ladder?
That ladder can't carry a grown man. I didn't see any splintering either, did you? I think they lassoed the branch, then pulled on the belt to close the buckle.
We're assuming dock workers from the harbor did it.
I'm still approaching this as a lynching, yes. Motivated by the ongoing strike. You?
No. You feel like it was something else. But what?
I feel like it was something else.
Yes, it often is. This belt worries me.
The cadaver hangs from the cargo belt. An intricate web of blue lines stretches across the torso, from the right shoulder to the solar plexus. Each time they intersect, a small white star is formed in their crossing. Hundreds of fading asterisks riddle his skin. Their concentration is highest around his heart. His corpse is marked by stars.
What will mine be marked by?
Alcohol and heartbreak. Your fist clenches suddenly.
It will be marked by bullet holes. It will be riddled by disco.
Decay is creeping on the tattoo. Already, most of the canvas that's holding it has darkened. Now, it disintegrates slowly, letting out a stink.
Is this a national pattern?
Of no nation that I know of. If anything, it reminds me of religious illumination, last or penultimate century. Men who live harsh lives often turn to innocentic worship. But which one? I see no trace of a humanoid figure.
We're missing something here.
I agree.
He takes a thin piece of milled aluminium from his coat pocket and pulls it open. Sounds like a sword being unsheathed. A small lens appears. Some sort of camera.
The lieutenant works.
Shit, Kuno! What the fuck is that?
An instant color camera. I have only 2 ampoules, so nobody move. I don't want to waste one.
A sound, a shrill flash, followed by the breaking of a small ampoule of glass. You see streams of color pour onto the thick, glossy piece of paper, rolling out.
In case we need it.
Cool machine.
Yes. It is pretty cool, isn't it?
There is only 1 ampoule left. Use it wisely.
What do we need this photo for?
It contains insight to the victim's person. By his build, I'd say this was a man of physical violence. The story he wanted his body to tell was important to him. It is his letter. To us. Someone should decipher it. We'll need to show it around.
Can I have it? I should look at it later without the corpse smell.
Sure. Just don't lose it.
The glossy-eyed corpse looks by, his mouth mute and his skin as colorful as the chemical rainbow on the photo paper, teeming with opportunistic organisms.
Look him in the eye.
His eyes are milky white and blind to the world, protruding comically from their sockets. There is no one home, just subaquatic terrors there. Dark brown hair grows on his head. His face is ready to explode from the organic processes inside. The death's head grin has passed. What remains is an unrecognizable mess. Underneath the curdled meat there is an expression, not carried on his features, but below, inside, an expression of pleasure. This man was experiencing joy at the moment of his death.
Tell me who you are, dead man.
I'm gone.
Where have you gone?
Into the wild pale yonder.
Where is that?
In the past. Way out west.
I can see you're gone, but who are you?
I'm a joke. Look at me.
There's nothing funny about you.
There is nothing funny about jokes either.
Who were you when you were alive?
A killer. A motherfucker. And a killer.
I have another question for you.
Go ahead, Kobo.
What is happening?
What do you mean?
I'm talking to you.
It's the power of your imagination. Go ahead. Ask me more questions. You fucking love questions.
Why are you feeling pleasure when you die?
Maybe I was getting my rocks off.
So you're feeling sexual arousal when they were hanging you?
Do I look like an erotic auto-asphyxiation type to you?
Yes.
Captain Copodromo, I fear we are drifting away, fixating on sexuality again. Let's go with a simpler question.
Why do I love questions so much?
Because you're a copperoony. Look at all of them go. Do you want more questions?
Yeah, give me questions.
Here you go, loony.
Why do I feel like I've forgotten something terrible?
Because you have.
Is my name Rooney?
Fuck no. You're no Rooney.
Rooney is obviously not who I am.
Between you and me, your name is probably Harry.
I feel like I've been getting a lot of Harry lately.
You might be onto something there.
I hate you. You stink and you're boring.
Do I remind you of someone?
A child born with Muller's disease, harlequinism, grown up miraculously.
A baby affected with harlequinism.
You sure wrinkled out of that one, Coppolini.
Enough.
Come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my memento mori features. If possible, also, see me in your dreams.
How do we get him down?
Are you sure we finished the preliminary examination of the cadaver? We might miss some of these things once he's done.
The cadaver slowly twists on the cargo belt. As you narrow your eyes, the monster before you blurs into a violent mess of green and pink.
Observe.
Only the lower extremities are pink with a dash of blue. His fatted hands, thighs, and his neck, just above the noose. The rest of the corpse appears dark green in the cold spring air.
I'm squinting, Kim. Why am I doing it?
How should I know why you are squinting, officer?
His face and hands are pink. Thighs too. The rest is greenish.
Oh. You are trying to assess lividity.
The monster comes back into focus, an explosion of color, coursing with dark marbled veins. His stomach appears pregnant with something. Black liquid streams down his thigh and onto his boot.
So, what do you think?
He's beaten up. See the bruises?
I do. Most of them are post-mortem. Maybe even all of them.
Stop talking in riddles, coin slot.
He means you fucked him up good, Kuno. Fucked him up brutal-like.
Something is coming out of him.
A pool of blood and feces has eaten into the frozen mud below the man's feet. Purge liquid is dripping into it, drop by drop.
The victim appears to have contained no more than half a kilogram of digestion at the time of death.
The fuck he's saying?
Talking about shit.
We got lucky.
Did we? I don't feel lucky.
I think he's dead.
I agree.
His personality is no longer a part of the world.
Totally dead.
Daddy, dead. The world no longer stores his personality in its composition. There was a time for that, and it ended 7 days ago. Totally.
Absolutely.
I don't know what to think. What do you think?
I think he was upright immediately after death. Blood has gathered in his hands and feet, and his neck. The noose acted like a tourniquet, keeping the blood in his head. The hypostasis here is in tune with the hanging. That's what I think.
Maybe he was strangled by someone.
Yes, there's always a chance we are wrong. We should check for ligament marks on his neck to see if they're in tune with the belt. We'll have to get him down first.
But there is no breath to catch. Only the cadaver filling the air, and you're not.
Of course. You have come back later, Coppo. Amuse yourself with my frank manners and my...
The steel-reinforced belt presents a unique challenge. I brought chain cutters, but I don't see a good angle of approach to the belt.
Let's do it again. Maybe let's leave it for now.
He doesn't actually think the challenge is unique. He thinks it's frustrating, annoying, and harder than he thought.
The cadaver is a good 1.2 meters up. Neither one of us can reach the belt without assistance. And even if we do, there's the question of cutting the airship strength material.
We can saw the branch.
Climb up there and saw the branch?
Yeah, it seems dangerous.
There has to be a less risky way, with less falling down of trees.
Maybe we can ask for help from someone from the
I
harbor.
was really hoping we wouldn't. The Union appeared to be suspect in this case. It seems like a dangerous route to go down.
But what other options? The corpse twists on the belt, like chicken on a skewer.
I'm out of ideas. Can someone else do
Someone else? You mean like the police?
What was that about processing, then? Weren't they supposed to take care of the boots? Why don't they help?
it? Can't the boys from processing take care of this?
No.
Why?
Think of the boys from processing as murderers. Only instead of people, they murder crime scenes. Processing is a wrecking crew. They know how to commission off items and how to work the incinerator in the morgue. I know it's hard, but I assure you, the others won't come to help us. And we have a growing sanitary concern here.
Maybe
we
we
need
could
to get
shoot
him
him
down.
down.
Fast.
Yeah! Bang bang time, pig! Shoot his head off!
How?
Shoot the belt, the bullets will break it.
It absolutely will not, officer. That's not how physics work. It will maybe cut one thread loose.
Yeah, now we're talking. Entertain a Kuno with some shit.
They'll miss! The pigs will miss Kuno!
Take the shot, Lieutenant. What's the worst that could happen?
I'll blow his head off.
Take it! Take the shot!
Yeah, take the shot.
Silence. With his elbow sharp, the lieutenant unzips his jacket and produces a lightweight firearm. He drops a paper cartridge in the barrel, separates the scouring stick, and gives the cartridge 5 tucks, securing it in place. That's a Kiel A9090 Armistice, mass-produced muzzleloader. Ascetic, frugal, one of the most common firearms in the world. He then steps back and assumes the fellow's position, taking aim. The corner of his eye twitches. His finger is on the trigger.
Easy does it, partner.
He's gonna fucking miss!
The kid's voice is drowned in a shrill blast that echoes off the walls of the surrounding tenements. A cloud of smoke slowly parts in the air as the lieutenant steps back and says to himself,
God damn it.
he feels bad about it. About his eyes mostly. Just having bad eyesight. Probably from a young age. Whatever you do, do not console him.
Fucking idiot!
Kuno could have hit it easy, but then Kuno's not fucking handicapped, is he?
Try again, maybe?
No, we are lucky as it is. We didn't break anything, and the victim remains uncompromised. Any more mistakes could put us in an unfortunate position with the locals. We have eyes on us. I didn't do us any favors with that.
What now?
I have to say, it's beginning to look unlikely we can get him down without assistance.
Can I have the gun? I should try.
It's bad as it is. Us shooting firearms like punks. Go ahead, I'm not stopping you. Just don't lose it.
They only have one gun!
This is the sorriest pair of pigs Kuno's ever seen.
Yeah, take it, you fucking banana pointer!
Feel the weight
The
first.
cold piece of bakelite and gunmetal is surprisingly light. Your fingers fit right through the guard, instinctively resting on the trigger.
The fuck are you waiting for, Kuno? Tell him to shoot himself in the mouth!
The buckle comes into focus in your sights. You stand with your feet planted firmly in the ground and your left hand supporting your gun arm.
Why don't you just shoot yourself in your mouth? At least you won't miss.
Close your left eye first.
Your field of view narrows. The branch slowly moves, becoming entirely two-dimensional. The metal buckle glimmers, slick, with the falling rain. The corpse slowly rotates.
Look, he's crying. You gonna cry now, fucking faggoty? Or what? You gonna fuck me? You wanna fuck me, pig? Is that what this is about?
I agree. Enough gunslinging for today. We need to access the harbor and ask the leader of the Union to have it taken down. They have the tools, and they have men. I did not want us to be indebted to Everard Clare. I wanted us to be able to deal with it ourselves. That is clearly not the case. We need help.
You need to suck my dick! Why the fuck am I still alive?
What's wrong with being indebted to Everard Clare?
He's a dangerous and corrupt man, and we cannot predict what he will want from us in return.
Okay. Damn, dude. Okay. Wait. No, I don't want to talk to you now. Should I do more empathy? Level up. Yeah. Let's try it one more time. It's very fun.
Fuck does Kuno care?
Okay, figure out what's going on with this kid.
He's on your crime scene, bossing you.
Let's try that one more time. I need to empathize with this little shit. Come on.
Fuck does Kuno care?
He's on you.
Damn, dude. This kid's hard. I'm gonna try it one more time, and then I'm just gonna quit. I do like this game. I'm scumming it.
Fuck does Kuno care?
He's on your crime scene, bossing you around.
Okay. Alright, we're gonna try one more thing. And then it's game time.
A tarpaulin cloak is still.
Not right now. Okay. Let's take them off for now. Okay. We're gonna try this. Okay.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing.
Maybe.
No one has claimed it for their own.
God damn it. God damn it. No. I need this code. Our chances are better, though.
No.
I want this code. Alright, we're gonna try it a couple more times then. Done. We're done.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
The coat. It's so sad.
No.
If it doesn't work this time, we're just gonna quit. Maybe we can try it a few times next time too. I want what's in the code.
A tarpaulin cloak is still caught on the railing. No one has claimed it for their own.
We did it.
As you leap in the air, a chilly breeze engulfs you, sharpening your senses.
Continue the voyage to the salty air.
As the concrete floor welcomes you, you realize it's been a while since you felt so alive, alert, capable. Must be the adrenaline.
I knew you could do it. My climbing down might not have been as disco as your jump, but at least we can explore the harbor now.
With your feet firmly planted on the concrete, the noise of the harbor rushes back in.
Yes. I done did it. Ooh. Oh, I look so cool. Hell yeah, dude. Clinically insane. Taking back the streets, Snowlane neighborhood. Cool, cool, cool. Alright. Save the game. Alright, for next time, for sure. It's too much stuff to look at. Alright, guys. I will see you guys next time. That was super fun. I like this game.